Hey, welcome to Backyard Bows. I'm Brandon, and today we are gonna go over all the gear that you'll find on us all the time. Okay, so everything that I have in my little pack here, I've had this pack forever. It's perfect, it's small, it's light, it keeps all of the essentials that we're gonna go over today. And it's just kind of something, it's like my lucky pack, okay? But this one, it's just a little Cabela's pack. I've had it on me for probably over a decade. So, we'll touch on everything that you'll find in that pack any given day. Now, obviously that may vary a little bit. We have another Yeti box over here full of all kinds of different stuff that I'll keep in the truck where we kind of swap stuff in and out. But these are kind of the essentials. So whether you're a seasoned hunter and you just want some new ideas or a little bit of reassurance, or you're a beginner and you kind of want to know what other people have on them, this is what I take in and out of the field every single hunt all year long. And it's right around the corner. September is... it's so close, I can't believe it. I'm starting not to be able to sleep at night. So let's just go right from the top and we'll touch on kind of the reason why we've chose what we've chosen. There's so many different options out there for all of this stuff and everybody has their own kind of taste and preference. But so we've talked about this. I did a review on it. Watch the review. I have shot so many different releases. I feel like until it fails me, unfortunately, I'm just going to go with it's the most comfortable to me. I feel like I'm the most consistent with. It's reliable. I've shot it tens of thousands of times. The Spot Hog Wise Guy, I got the one. There's 3 different versions. I got the one with the BOA strap. My style of hunting, I prefer a wrist release. I kind of always have. Some guys, a lot of guys I think now are kind of going more towards the thumb button or a back tension release even when hunting. And this is something that I'll probably always hunt with this. I don't know why. I'll test everything a little bit, but this is kind of the one that I go back to. I have not been in the field without this in probably 5 years. So that's number one. Number two, I have used this for 3 seasons now, the Extinguisher. There's so many different calls out there, okay? I think it's not so much the call after using so many as getting comfortable with whatever given call you're going to use and kind of practicing and working that call over and making sure that you're taking advice from the creators of the call on how to use it, when to use it. So when calls in general, I'm not a blind caller. I never have been. I will use a call to redirect, and that's it. I'll use racks, I'll use kind of the black rack or a set I have of my own to rattle, and I'll kind of blind rattle at times of the year, and I've had a lot of success with that. But when it comes to calling, I don't blind call, but I will call the redirect or get the attention, that kind of thing. So I'm honestly more of a silent hunter. This is something that I love to have on me, but I don't use it as much as I've seen other guys. So something else I always have on me is some kind of saw. I will use my climber stand, whether using sticks, climber stand, whatever. Aerial hunter, it's always good to have a saw on you. This is the one that I keep on my pack. It's light, it's simple, it's new, so it's still really, really sharp. I have 3 other saws here that I'll keep in that box. Like I was saying, I got a Gerber saw, I got a Hooman that is extendable, and then I have just a steel, but I always have saws on me. I'm constantly trimming, creating lanes, sometimes day of. As I kind of see things develop in the field, I'll kind of change my sit, even on the same tree, change what side I'm hanging it on. Whatever it may be, it's always nice to have a good saw on you. All right, let's go to knives. So last year I had a Winkler kind of ball and butt collab knife that I had used most of the year. I always have that one knife I choose for the year, and I have so many different knives. I'm a knife fanatic. Price-wise, it took me a minute. Because again, I'm purchasing most of this stuff for myself. Some companies give us stuff, kind of goodie bags, stuff like that to use, some bows. But for the most part, even still, like if I want something, I got to purchase it. So I've been waiting, but I got a Montana knife company. I absolutely love it. The price, like I just mentioned, they're steep. But again, if you want a very well quality made, anything made here in America, you're gonna have to pay for it. And I think now, without getting too politic, now is the best time to make your investments in those companies. I think it's so important in the direction that we're heading. But so I'm happy to make this purchase. You do get a very well quality made blade. This thing has just been exceptional. I think it's the Blackfoot 2.0, just the one knife for everything. No matter what I'm doing, this knife is perfect for almost every single thing I get myself into or find myself in. And I do a lot of field dressing. So I do a lot of solo hunts. Occasionally I'll be able to call somebody, brother, friend, to come help me drag something out, especially if I can't get it out. I had a big 10-point a couple years ago fall down in this ditch, and for the life of me, I couldn't get this thing out. So I called somebody to come help me, but sometimes I will field dress and even quarter in the field and kind of carry it out piece by piece. A good knife is a lifesaver. Okay, and something that stays sharp. That's the key for me. You're gonna nick some hair, you're gonna nick the ground, the dirt, a rock accidentally, field dressing. Things happen. You want your knife blade to stay sharp, because if it goes dull and you're in the middle of something, it just is such a pain in the ass. So these stay really sharp. That Winkler that I used last year was probably one of the best knives that I've ever used. On a blade topic, I got this little mini hatchet here. My friend over at Fresh Coast Knives created this thing for me. Just a nice little solid hatchet. This is also good going up a tree, nicking stuff off, being quick. But then also, if I am quartering that deer and I find myself kind of getting through those that pelvic bone, that's nice to have. A little hatchet is always something that's nice to have on you. For those of you who might be beginning, one of the most important pieces to me is kind of your pole rope, your bow rope. If I'm using my climber stand, I'll have one wrapped around it. I always have an extra one. And if I have a ladder stand set in somewhere, which I'm gonna hunt kind of at the beginning of this season, I got a property where I was allowed to put some stuff up stationary and leave it there. So I'll have this with me. I like this one. It keeps it wrapped up nice and clean, just so when you're climbing down in the dark, you don't have this big ball of string that you're trying to untangle while getting your bow down. It keeps everything nice and clean. You can hook it on. It has a nice hook on top here to clip on however you want. I love this. I think this one's been one of my favorite. Real cheap Amazon find. I also always carry Leatherman, and mostly for the pliers. I love a good pair of pliers on me for who knows what you're gonna need them for. Here's a Leatherman I've had forever. Again, mostly just for the pliers. Again, it's always nice to have different blades on you though as well. I'll keep that on me. And then I got bow hangers. So I got sometimes kind of 2 elbow or single elbow bow hangers. And I'll carry several of these on me, because one thing I always seem to forget when I'm climbing down in the dark, and if I'm not gonna resit that tree, I'll get down without getting that damn bow hanger out of the tree. So I always keep a lot of these on me. These ones are HME. They're nice. They're kind of hard to drill in at times. I've made this little self driller here get you into some of those hard, medium-sized oak trees. Instead of exhausting your energy trying to get this thing drilled in, sometimes it's easier just to get it started. So I always keep both of those on me. A flashlight. Let's get into some of these electronics. Flashlights are key. I always have this pocket light. This one is made by Streamlight. It's called the Wedge, okay? I mean, it's just a little pocket light. You can put it in your bino pack, wherever it may be. This thing is awesome. So you can turn it on, you can press forward, get it on high beam. This thing lasts for a long time, so it's chargeable. Now, everything I have on me that's electronic, I don't use batteries, everything's chargeable, okay? And we'll talk about the charger that I'm gonna go with this year, but this has been one of my favorite lights I've ever had, okay? Slips in the bino pack, slips in your pocket. You know, you can hold it in your mouth if you're doing something with your hands. It's just a really nice little light, okay? Streamlight Wedge, that's a must. Now let's go to the headlamp. I'm gonna go with the Slonic this year. These are really nice, okay? Again, chargeable. It's extremely bright. My other favorite thing is the elastic band that goes around your head has not worn.
My favorite part about this Slonic is 2 things. One, it just attaches. Super easy, you can use it in your hand, and you just attach it right back on without having to take it off your head. Second thing, it has a dimmable light. You just hold it, goes really low to really bright, and then it has a strobe mode, and it goes back. It's really nice. It's also right side up all the time, so there's no upside or downside. Whatever side you put it on, you can use it. Super bright, rechargeable. It's awesome. Battery stays charged for a really long time.
So all of this, if I got an hour drive into the farm that I'm going to, I can charge everything in the car, and it will stay charged. And just in case I need a little extra charge backup, I went with this Dark Energy charger. Couple things I love about this, okay? The first thing is it dumps. So it's gonna dump energy and import energy extremely fast. So it will charge up very fast if you need to charge it in your car. And also, let's say your phone the other day was on 2%. I hooked it up within like 6, 7, 8 minutes, I think, just real quick. it had charged my phone. So it dumps energy really, really fast. Has 2 different ports. It has a USB-C in and out and a USB. It also has a little light. This thing does really well in the cold, and also it stores a lot of energy. A lot of the energy savers that I've used in the past, they'll charge one of your pieces. This will charge my GoPro, my headlamp, my flashlight, my phone, and it'll still have energy. Love that. Another thing, and again, I always like addressing the videos as if somebody has no clue what we're talking about or doing, and just trying to simply learn. Wind detector, okay? There's several different ways you can detect the wind. You can do it on your phone with these apps. The truest way is to get something that is going to, in the field, tell you which way the wind's going. You can use feathers, you can use different things. You can use these. I got a refill right here of the powder. You can put other stuff in here. Somebody recommended some kind of cornstarch you can refill these things with. But you're going to want to always, and as you hunt more and more, there's only so much you can do for your own scent. You want to play the wind. So whether I'm setting up off of a trail, whether I'm going to go to the left side, the right side, further up the ridge, whatever it may be, I'm always making that decision from the wind in the moment. And the apps are good, and they can tell you so much, but sometimes when you get down into these little ravines or on the side of a ridge, the wind is swirling in different ways, and it's nice to be able to test something on the ground, and then when you get up in the stand. I always have this in my Bino pack. Now let's talk about the Bino pack. We did a review on one of these too. This is the same marsupial one that I've had for years. It has tons of different attachments. They're very well made. I absolutely love these things. Marsupial, again, all made in America. I love the owners. I love the whole company. They just produce some great products. I have a Elber stock pack on the way, which I'm probably going to switch in and out just to get a different one in the field. I've tested Kuyus, Vortex, loopholes, all kinds of stuff. This is the one I used mostly last year, and I'm going to use it again this year. I got a pair of Vortex binos in there, the Diamondbacks. I got the small ones. I got a large pair over there as well. Depending on where I'm hunting and what I'm looking out over, whether it be a field or timber, I'll probably switch those in and out, but I'll keep both of them on me. Love that pack though. The hand warmers are my favorite part by far. Also, I'm going to have my rangefinder in there. So rangefinders, again, there's so many different rangefinders out there. The most important thing is you want to find one that's going to factor in angle compensation. Being an aerial hunter, shooting downwards, you want all that to be factored into the distance of the rangefinder. That's probably the most important thing for bow hunters. This one, it's a Leupold XR 1400i. This thing, for the price, I think is one of the best rangefinders that you're going to find. I love the inside. You can adjust the brightness. There's all kinds of different things you can do with this to kind of customize it to how you like it. Really, really cool. One of my favorite ones that I've had. I'm going to be rocking that one as well too. I'm also going to try to film with the GoPro. Now again, you don't get the best footage with these GoPros. You can't zoom in, you can't do all the other cool things that some of these cameras can use, but this one has just been really sleek. I usually attach it right onto my climber stand or the ladder stand, whatever it may be. Really easy to turn off on. It gets pretty good quality image. It's not the best, but I think it's good enough for me to enjoy being able to look back on my hunts and give you guys some footage until I can find something else. I'm also going to still rock that Summit harness. This one has been my favorite. Again, we did a review on this one. Check that out. If you're looking for a good harness to invest in, this is probably my favorite one I've ever found, ever. It's one of the best ones, most comfortable. A couple other things that we're going to put into the field this year that we have not. We're going to use some new Halo nocks. A lot of guys gave me shit about the little thing I posted the other day. It was like a little reel or something. When I post a reel, you got to understand, we're not saying that this is tried and true. It's just letting you guys know something that we're using in case you were wondering, and something you can look forward to in the future for some feedback. So again, I haven't used them a ton, and I always love the comments, but some guys, it's like, man, just relax. We're going to use them. We'll be able to give you some feedback here soon. If you have some good information, good feedback, leave it in the comments. People are so aggressive. It's like, just chill, okay? Everybody has this bad taste in their mouth, and they just want to tell you about it all the time, especially on fucking Facebook. But I'm going to try those. I'm also going to try the Beast broadheads. We have a couple other broadheads that we're going to put into the field. I'll probably put like 8 different broadheads into the field, probably 3 or 4 different arrows, probably 6 different bows. Again, this is my favorite time of the year. Everything that we love to do here in the backyard, the field testing is the best part, and this is what we wait for. This is where we really get to see what is going to work, what it doesn't, and if we have feedback for you, the consumers. Just if you were wondering, what do you have in your pack? This is what we carry all the time. I call it the Essentials for whitetail bow hunting here in Missouri. A lot of this is probably universal for bow hunters, but I think this video would probably be helpful for somebody beginning, just wondering what should I take in the field with me. Otherwise, you do what I did, you get out in the field, you have as little as possible, and you just start thinking and learning and realizing what you need and making mistakes, trial and error. Sometimes that's the best for some people. That's kind of how I learn, is I just get out there, put it to the test, pick up things, put down things, try different things. And then I end up coming after, 12, 15 years of doing this pretty consistently. This is the basics for me. Now again, Yeti box is full of other stuff. We'll kind of grab and pull and mix and match depending on where we're hunting or what we're doing. But this is it. This is kind of where it all starts. If you haven't, follow us on Instagram. I'll give you ideas of what's coming up next. Instagram, Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. But Instagram, we'll kind of post stuff so that you know what to look forward to with the reviews, bow reviews, any kind of gear, accessories, stuff like that. And also, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more to come. Hunting season's right around the corner. I'm going to try to get as much content as I can. We'll see you next time.